Hey guys, this is Sean and I'm here today to talk to the partners of RJ sufferers. So if you're in a relationship with someone that suffers from RJ, it's important that you take these things with you so you can feel empowered and hopeful that you can get through this experience with your partner. These are things I wish I knew at the beginning of my relationship with my partner, and in fact, they will help you get over it quicker and be supportive as well, right? So you don't end up feeling less than, you feel guilty, shameful, and bad about your past, because that's not a nice place to be, right? So the first thing you need to do is really understand this. Tell the truth. Telling the truth will reinforce trust in your relationship. No amount of lying, pretending something was different, placating your partner will help. And in fact, if they find out that you weren't telling the truth, they're going to feel mistrust and they're going to feel betrayed by you. So it's better to tell the truth. The truth will set you free always. In fact, what will happen is because you're telling the truth, you're going to feel better about yourself. You're not going to feel guilty and shameful subconsciously because you've told a lie, because that will come out in another way and you'll have arguments about other things, right? It's very, very subtle, but it's important that you tell the truth so it resonates with you and you will be a better person for it. The next thing you need to do is disengage from answering questions. Disengage from answering questions respectfully, because if you feel or sense you're starting to go down a rabbit hole with your partner, it's okay to let them process that on their own. They need to understand, and you need to reinforce that it's something they need to process and fix. They have feelings underneath all of these intrusive thoughts. They need to understand these things for themselves, and you can support them through it. But once it starts to get a little bit volatile, uncomfortable for you, you are allowed to disengage and step away for a moment so you can give yourself some time to recover, right? Because it's going to be a difficult place if you're constantly answering questions, constantly trying to reassure them. It becomes very, very difficult, and then you start to lash out, get angry, and resent them. That's not a place you want to be, so it's better to disengage and not go down the rabbit hole with them. The next thing, you need to really understand this. You have the right to move on from your past. No one has the right to make you feel guilty and shameful for the things you did in your past, no matter what it is. Whether it was a hookup, whether it was a long relationship, whether it was whatever you did, whether you stole something, whether you punched someone in the face, it really doesn't matter. Obviously, if you've repented, you've shown remorse, if you've gone to prison, whatever it is, you're allowed to move on from your past. And if your partner's chosen to be with you, knowing these things, then it's up to them to let you move on from that. In fact, from their perspective, whatever they've done in their past, they've probably processed that, let go of it, and allowed themselves to be in this relationship. You're allowed the same. The next thing is focus on the present moment. Focus on the present moment more often in your relationship. Focus on what you're doing right now, and plan your futures together. What are you doing tomorrow? What are you doing in 6 months? What are you doing in 5 years' time? Discuss these things with each other and take a bit more time so you can actually enjoy looking forward and being in the now. This will reinforce the relationship and reinforce that feeling of optimism and hope for your future and your present moment. The next thing you need to do is be supportive, but take distance. Be supportive, like actively listening to your partner, asking them questions about what they are thinking and how they are feeling, right? Without attaching to a negative feeling towards you. It's not about you, it's about them, it's about what they're going through. But really, it's about the feelings that are underneath. And if you're able to engage with them on a feeling level, on an understanding level, then you will be okay. But you need to take that distance so you are not trying to fix them and getting emotionally involved in that moment. Yes, they're looking at you and the things you've done as an issue, but they see that as a threat because they see it. It's their perception, it's their issue to deal with, right? And you can support them, listen, and really understand what's going on with their feelings behind it, but you cannot get involved too much because it will suck you in and it will make you feel bad about yourself. The next thing, and this is a really, really key thing, right? You need to steer clear of conversations of comparisons, and in fact reinforce that you don't really accept this in your life anymore. If you get sucked into a conversation about comparing someone else who's doing well in their job compared to someone else who's not, someone's appearance, whatever it is, the car they're driving, it doesn't matter. Avoid comparing other people. What you perceive, you receive. And if you get sucked into conversations like this, and your partner hears it, you feel it, you think it, you engage in it, you will be affected by it subconsciously, right? And your partner might even get triggered if you come back saying, oh, so-and-so, and I observed so-and-so looks like this, and they look like that, and the other person looks better. It's not a good place to be. It's a comparison place, and your partner will start to think that you might be comparing them as well. Okay, so don't get sucked into those sorts of conversations. Treat each individual on this planet by their own qualities. The last thing you can do is seek external help in the form of watching videos like this, listening to podcasts, reading books. Reading books is really, really important. Doing a whole lot of research. Knowledge is power. Once you understand things better, once you see things for what they are, you really start to feel less helpless and hopeless. And the final step is seeking out therapy or coaching of some sort to help you get through this. If you feel shameful and guilty, if you've been finding this a struggle, if your partner it feels like your partner has dragged you through the mud with all the negative feelings and thoughts that they've gone through, it might be a sign that there is a work for you to do, right? And in fact, we've experienced this with many partners. I myself went through therapy and healed as a result of the things I was struggling with in my life. So if you have any questions, please reach out to me and I'll be happy to answer that, and let us know in the comments below what you want to see in the next video. Take care, guys. Bye.